Yes, 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 yes. Boom, 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 boom. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little evening stream for you guys and gals out there. We are talking about the latest Manchester United news and goings on, transfer news, fallout from the game earlier on, and covering all the latest bits and bobs. Get in there, you beauties. Happy Saturday night, everyone. It is Saturday night. Nobody works Saturday night. Skive hard, play hard. That's our motto. What's going on, everyone? Welcome aboard. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining. Let's see what legends are in here tonight. Happy Saturday, guys. We have got Rajat in here. Andy Corkin, hello to you. Matthew Smith, Mark N, Madhouse, Alkan Mahmood, United 90. Rajat, get in there. Eamon and Alkan and Sanjay, United 90, and everyone. Johnny, what's happening? Matthew Smith, how are you? Yes, indeed, United. Get in there, my son. Everyone, thanks so much for getting in here. Really do appreciate you. Welcome in. Get in there, Rushmano. How you doing, my friend? Ryan, Vincent Bullock, everybody. Kyle Smith. Thank you for joining the Bacon Express there, Mr. Matthew Smith. Let's go. Get your favourite emoji in there to welcome in Matthew Smith to the posse. He has become a member of the channel. Get in, you beauty. Thanks so much there for becoming a member, dude. I appreciate that. One more legend of the Bacon Brigade stronger. Let's go. Everyone, welcome Mr. Matthew Smith. He's an old school legend himself anyway, but he has re-upped his membership. Thanks so much for becoming a member at the start of the show, mate. Get in there. Do us a favour. If you want, give us a cheeky little like spike on this video. Hit the thumbs up on it if you haven't done so. Drop the likes. Give us a share around as well if you want. The link is pinned to the top of the live chat. Actually, it's not, is it? Let me just pin that to the top of the live chat, my friends. The link to the Twitter post, you can go and give us a cheeky little retweet. That will help the channel out and help us spread the word of the show. So please do hit the old retweet and give us a like spike at the start. Nice one. Thank you, Anthony Young. Yeah, loving the new layout. It's cleaner. Yes, it is. It's cleaner, isn't it, mate? Minimalist sort of vibes. Not too shabby rushy. Got a bit of man flu on the go at the moment, but not terrible, lad. Jason Jackson, thanks for being a member for a year, bro. He says, how are you today, Pig Lord? Crikey, less of the Lord, my son. But I'm not doing too bad, mate. I'm not doing too bad. Thanks for asking. All the better for seeing you guys. Get in there, guys. We got the win today. Let's kick off with the reaction and stuff to the game. We got the win today. Happy days. You know, we've got the dub, 3 points in the bag. It's only the third game of the season. I don't think anybody can expect Manchester United to be like full on oiled, a well-oiled machine after only 3 games in, especially when we haven't actually got all of the players that we need to get so far in this transfer window still, and we've had a bunch of injury issues. Let's face it, we are having a somewhat of a mini injury crisis at this moment in time, so for us to just navigate this game and win the game, I think it's important, especially when you consider we went 2 goals down against Nottingham Forests and almost melted throughout that 90 minutes because of that. But, you know, we actually did show good resilience. We did come back. It was a good comeback. And the lads showed some bollocks, to be fair, to keep it going after, you know, the heads could have easily dropped after those 2 goals. But we fought back and we got the job done and we controlled the game largely after their 2 goals, which were kind of like, I don't know, kind of like just freak goals, weren't they? Freak occurrence early doors, you know, very bad start. I didn't change it, King Boomy. It's exactly the same, mate, but thanks for telling me. I don't know what's going on there, bud. That's awesome. That's good, Matthew Smith. I have no idea why, mate. I haven't done a thing. I haven't changed a thing, mate, but that's awesome. Kyle Smith's become a member as well. Look at that. We've got a couple of new members at the start of this show. Get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in there to welcome in Kyle. Go on, Kyle. Thanks for becoming a member of the channel there, mate. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Piggy got bacon today. Well done, lads. Yes, indeed. Carl Smith, get in there, you beauty. The Cake Cadet says another Guff loan signing. Bloody great. Cake Cadet, you are a hard man to please, aren't you? So we'll get onto that in a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about the Cucarella stuff in a few minutes. Firstly, I want to address the information after the game. But you are a negative Nelly, sir. This is we're only talking about somebody as a potential loan player, mate, to cover some of the injury issues we've got. Dude, chill your boots, lad. Or chill your boot, I should say, because Cake Cadet's known to wander around town wearing one shoe at a time. That's the sort of fella he is. So chill your boot, bud. Kyle Smith, get in there, my son. I appreciate you for being a super chatter as well. He's got a cheeky little super chat in there. It's a £2. Get in there, Mr. Kyle Smith. Thank you so much, lad. Much love to you, bro. Thank you so much for getting in here, lad. And and getting a super chat in. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed, Berber, exactly. Needs must as the devil drives, mate. And we are the Red Devils right now, struggling because of injuries. So I wouldn't look at it as a negative if we get another player in that area, to be honest. I wouldn't see it as a negative. Right, let me cover the latest information in regards to the post-game sort of information. So, Erik ten Hag managing to get himself 31 games unbeaten at home now for Manchester United. Get in there, Eric. The guy's doing all sorts of bits. Look at this. So with 31 unbeaten home games in all competition, Erik ten Hag breaks his own personal record with Utrecht and Ajax. So that's pretty good going. You can't deny that Old Trafford's anything less than a fortress under Erik ten Hag. Unfortunately, our away form is absolutely gashtastic. But our home form has always been pretty excellent under Erik ten Hag. He has done very well, especially at Old Trafford. So let's just get a cheeky little Erik ten Hag emoji in there to celebrate this guy. He is doing good stuff. It's quite easy to criticise him, but we know that there's big problems at the top of this football club. Yeah, he's had 400 million to spend and he's signed his players, largely players like Antony and Mount and stuff like this. But he has actually managed to get us third in a title and a trophy last season anyway. And this season, we're hoping for better things still. He's got to be allowed that chance. You can't write him off after 2 games, which is what some people were doing after that Spurs loss. And today we showed resilience to get back into it and win the game after being 2-0 down. He definitely had some sort of positive effect on the side today, particularly at half-time, because they come out much better second half and were just absolutely dominant, really. So I think we've got to give credit to Erik ten Hag. The guy's an absolute phenom. He's setting good records at Manchester United here at home in particular. Obviously the away form needs work, but very much enjoying what he's doing overall. 1 or 2 signings he's made are a little bit suspect, but other than that I can't really fault the guy. I'm liking his approach. Anthony Ong, thank you very much for getting in here and being a member for 13 months. Let's get a hashtag 13 in there for Mr. Ong. Go on then, my son. He says, lucky 13, what a game. I went to the shower and when I came back we were 2-2. Now go get Batman. We need cover for Cassie. Running out of time. Nice one, bro. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. We certainly do need somebody to come in there. Mr. Amrabat would be nice. Amrabat, man. I see what you did there, mate. I like it. Amrabat, man. I see what you did there, lad. I like it a lot. Thank you for suggesting that's the case, mate. Let's hope so. We need somebody to come in that midfield. That's absolutely true. I mean, actually, Casemiro scored today, but I don't feel like he's looking particularly sharp at the start of this transfer or the start of this season. But you know what? Some people absolutely slagging him off, i.e. Kate Cadet and Melts like that earlier on during the game. But it's only a couple of games into the season. Kate Cadet had the audacity to say he was too old. Hang on, he's only 31 or 32 or 31. He's still got legs. He's still got plenty of time. He's still got a good couple of seasons left at the top. Don't write him off just yet. Thank you, Anthony Young. I appreciate that. Get in there, my son. Right, okay, so, we definitely still need Amrabat, but it's a decent positive result today anyway. Largely decent performances from several players. We'll get into that in a moment. Cucarella could give Kate Cadet some of that hair, says Matthew Smith. Come on! Get in there, Matty Smith. Let's go. Love it. Little bit of a bit of banter there for the Kate Cadet, mate. Your reasons are valid, are they, Kate Cadet? No. Disagree, mate. Disagree. I think you should listen to what Matthew Smith said there and maybe grow some hair, lad. Get in there, Matthew Smith, you legend. Come on. Anyway. Right. No. Fair play. Right, guys. Let's talk about this. So, Bruno Fernandes. Oh, shit. Bruno Fernandes. Captain's performance today. Leader. Billy Big Bollocks out there for us. Displayed his love spuds for the world to see with a great performance involving lots of leadership and qualities throughout. Creative beast. Driving us forward. Getting us back into the game. Head didn't drop. Kate Cadet was also slagging him off in the first half as well. And then he went on to have a brilliant captain's leader performance, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Bruno Fernandes deserves man of the match credit for his performance today. Brilliant and great leadership displayed by him. A captain's performance. Erik ten Hag agrees. And Erik ten Hag has said that that's why, basically, he is Manchester United captain. So ten Hag said Bruno Fernandes, showed why he is the captain. An inspiration, an example. Get your Bruno emojis in there. Couldn't agree more. I thought Bruno was by far and away the best player out there on the pitch tonight. Brilliant lad. Brilliant performance from him. Laurie Whitwell's got some quotes from Ten Hag here as well. He said, in all aspects, moments of football, he played a very good game. The highest level, keeping calm, emotions under control. He was brilliant in attacking, making a difference. So very happy with his performance. Big praise from Erik ten Hag there for his man, his captain, Bruno Fernandes. I thought he was impeccable today, actually, and a driving force and a reason why we actually got back into that game after being 2-0 down. Bruno was pretty awesome, to be fair. Exactly, Don Berber. Best game he's had for a while. Man of the match in C, indeed. Yes. Westy05, thanks for being a member for 1 year, guy. Get in there. What's that all about, mate? Is that some sort of Manchester is red sort of thing? It should be more red and less blue there, mate. What's that all about? But I like it, Westy. Get in there. He says Bruno deserves an applause for his performance. I completely agree, mate. He was absolutely mangasmic, wasn't he? Putting a really great performance out there. Look at all these Bruno emojis coming. You love to see this. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The man's so good. He's got 2 different emojis. Absolutely. So, I've got to say, I think Bruno was exceptional tonight. You love to see these things. We've got some stats from Bruno Fernandes, in fact, in that game. And let's take a little look at these stats. So this is via Statman Dave. Bruno Fernandes' game by numbers versus Nottingham Forest. 101 touches, 53 of 68 passes completed, 6 of 8 long balls completed, 5 ground duels won, 3 key passes, 2 out of 2 tackles won, 2 big chances created, 1 goal, 1 assist. Magnifico. Absolutely influential performance by Bruno Fernandes. So long may that continue. We were wondering, will he be the next great United captain? Will he be the next great United captain? And, he's got a long way to go until you can say that about him. But with performances like that, he's definitely helping himself and helping the cause, because he is a big reason why we got back into that game tonight, and he was excellent. So long may that continue. He just drove us forward, never gave up, battled really hard, all over the pitch, and was absolutely brilliant. So I'm loving that, guys. Let's see more from Bruno Fernandes there, absolutely. And it's not all positives. Obviously, we did start the game poorly. Ten Hag's commented on that as well after the game, and just basically said that no disrespect to Nottingham Florists, but we can't allow them to score these goals. They were freebies. It's crazy, but sometimes games go like this. As I've said, we've stayed calm. So we did get into it. We did win 3-2. There's some controversy about the penalty. I mean, I have to be honest. I haven't watched it back. I don't think it was really a penalty. I'll be honest. That challenge on Rashford. What do you reckon, guys? Get a vote in the live chat. Was that a pen or no pen? Honestly, if that's a penalty, there'd probably be multiple penalties in a game of football. It was very soft. I mean, look, you've seen them given, and that one was given. So I'm not going to suggest like, oh, I'm unhappy we got the penalty. Obviously, we got the pen and we scored it. But I think it was kind of a bit of a soft pen, to be fair. I do. But a lot of people think I'm wrong and saying penalty. No pen, he's a fan, he says Berber. Pen, says Raw. No pen, says Rajat. Wasn't a pen, says Eamon. Pen, says Cucarella Pasha there. There was contact. Well, maybe there was contact, but goodness me, he's gone down like a sack of shite, lad. Pen. But hey, fair play to you. Stonewall, says Rushy. Pen, says Paul. And Ezio was a pen. Interesting. Soft. I mean, it was soft in my opinion. Pen all day pig, what the fuck. Well, I mean, I watched it live. When I first saw it, I was saying Stonewall pen. It looked like an absolute Stonewaller. Then I saw it back from a couple of angles, and I didn't think there was much to it at all. Do I complain? Do I care? Am I bothered? No. We won the game. We got the penalty. The officials gave it us, and we scored it. Bruno scored it. So I am not bothered, of course. But, you know, in my opinion, we maybe were a little bit lucky to end up with the win, because that was an arguable penalty. A lot of people think it was a Stonewaller, but a lot of people, like myself included, think we were lucky to get that penalty. I thought it was reasonably soft. So, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. We got a little bit of luck there, maybe a little bit of rub of the green, but we were winning that game anyway, I think. We were much the better team throughout the 90 minutes. Yeah, they smashed and grabbed a couple of goals in the first opening 4 minutes of the game. But other than that, we were the dominant team. We were in control throughout the rest of the game, and we definitely deserved to win the game. So can't really argue with the overall result. Some people will say, oh, the officials helped us and all that. Calm your boots down, guys. Calm your boots down. Mostly rival scummers, Liverpool twats, Arsene Holland's mugs. You're a bunch of losers. Simple as that. Okay, so there is some article that I've seen tonight, guys, coming out. Rashmano's reported it on his transfers_UTD page, or at least shared the source. And this is a talking point I just wanted to mention. This is what's coming out in this evening, sort of murmurs and rumours and stuff. But there is a report, and it comes from Gary Pratt. So, you know, get in there, Gary Pratt. He says that Erik ten Hag is set to be handed a new 4-year contract before the end of the year. His current $9 million a year deal could increase to $14 million a year. What a prat. What an absolute prat. I'm just joking. Hey, Telford Shillingford, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Guys, can we please get your Yeah, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Help us get to 75,000 subscribers. Smash a thumbs up on this video if you haven't done so. Drop a little like on it if you haven't done. Okay, what I'm going to say about Erik ten Hag getting a new contract is this. He's shaping up to be a very good Manchester United manager. He could definitely do with some extra help from the Glazer shithouses this summer transfer window. We could do with bringing in some more players, right? But I do think that giving Erik ten Hag a contract before the end of the season, it would be a mistake. I don't understand why we would give him one. He's only been here a year. He's already got a lengthy contract. He did have a very good year last season for us. Fantastic year. And, okay, showing faith in the guy is good for a long-term plan. It is. But let's just see how he does this season as well, is what I'm saying. I do rate him. I think he's a great coach, and I think he's doing really good stuff. Like I say, 31 unbeaten games now at Old Trafford. Turned it into a fortress. We've got that issue over with after that Spurs game. We've got 6 out of 9 possible points so far. It's not the worst start to the season, especially when we're not actually ready and we're not playing that well and we haven't got all of the players that we need. So he's even started this season not badly at all. But the point I'm saying is we need a little bit of time. We need to see how he performs this season. If he's doing what's asked of him, then absolutely, let's give him a new contract at the end of the season. But I wouldn't give him one before the end of the year. So this is insinuating that he could be offered a new contract in 2023. I personally wouldn't do that because I don't see how, it's just like players. You give them too much too soon. Let's just see how he does over the course of the season. We've got a long contract on the guy. What do you think, guys? Let's have a vote in the live chat. Would you give Erik ten Hag a new contract before the end of this year? So not the end of this season, the end of this year. Would you give him a new contract and show that faith and solidarity in him that he is there for the long term? Or would you wait until the end of the season to see how he performs and see how he does? I would absolutely rate. Rory says no. Ryan's going no. Boomy's going no. Rashat's going no. Okay, a lot of people saying no. No, says Duncan. No, says Farabi and Gattuso. He doesn't need a new contract yet. I'm with you there, Kate Cadet lad. I'm with you. I think he's got to just knuckle down, do what's asked of him, and then we can talk about that in the future. So Jimmy says yes. Colin says yes. Fair play to you. No, says Johnny. Respect it. Contracts and sending youngsters is all BS. We need proper players, and this is all stuff for another day. Exactly, yeah. Wait until the end of the season, says Batman. Yes, says Howard. End of the season, end of the season. I'm with you. Rushy says yes. Give it him tomorrow. He's a winner and ruthless. Yeah, but let's see how he does this year. He had a good season last year. I mean, I like it. You're showing him that faith. But we're going to have to wait and see how he does this season. So for all the badness that the Glazers have done at this football club, right, in terms of actually giving Ten Hag money, they have actually given him quite a bit of money. He's had 400 million to spend now. He spent a couple 100 million last season, and he spent 170 million this season. He spent approximately 400 million. I want to see how he does with that 400 million, particularly over the next 12 months. If we're going in the right direction, give him a new deal. But you don't want to give these guys too much too soon until they've proven themselves. And that's the same with players. It's the same with managers. So let's see how he's only been here for a year. It's still very early in his Manchester United career. Let's see how he does with that 400 million. And let's see how he does with extra money. We're talking about spending more money, and the Glazers spending more money because we do need it. The squad needs a few more players, midfield, striker. But it's not like he hasn't been invested in. The Glazers actually have given him 400 million. Now, they've neglected loads of different other areas of the side, and they still haven't given him enough. But, he's spent quite a bit of money so far, I mean, Rushy says the Glazers haven't backed him this summer. I mean, I actually disagree with that to an extent. I think they have backed him, but they haven't backed him enough. But he spent 170 million, so I don't know how you can really say they haven't backed him, because he's bought Rasmus Højlund for 72, he's bought Mason Mount for 60, he's bought Andre Onana for 50. They've given him a fair bit of cash. Now, they haven't given him enough, I agree. I think he needs another midfielder and another striker, bare minimum. So but that could still happen between now and the end of the transfer window, But to say, I honestly don't think you can say that they haven't backed him at all. And I hate the fucking Glazers, to be honest. I absolutely hate them. I think they're absolute parasites at this football club. But they have given him money to spend. He has spent some money. It's not like they haven't given him anything. He spent 170 this season. That's quite a lot of money. It's about how he does with that money. Rasmus Højlund we haven't seen yet because he's been injured. He could be the answer to all of our problems, scoring loads of goals at the top of the pitch. That's what's going to have to happen, really. Mason Mount, I don't really rate that as a good signing for 60 million, but Ten Hag's gone and got his player. That's who he wanted, and they gave him the money for him. And then Andre Onana, we could have easily kept De Gea and gone and utilised some spending somewhere else, but he's decided to get a player in that he wants for his style of goalkeeper, and that's fine. But they have actually given him some cash to spend. So I don't know. I think look, obviously the Glazers are terrible, but it's on Ten Hag to get the most out of this squad now. And we couldn't say that this team was his last season, but after this transfer window, it's still not quite there, but it will be largely his team. He'll have signed players like Malacia and Martinez and Andre Onana. I mean, that's half the back line. Then he would have signed players like Casemiro and Mason Mount. That's over half the midfield. Rasmus Højlund, Anthony. That's over half the forward line as well. So the team is largely his now. Or it certainly will be by the end of this transfer window. So it's about how he gets this team to perform over this next season. If he's successful with them, by all means, at the end of the season, give him a new contract. But that actually does remain to be seen. And he has been given money. The problem is, I don't think the problem with the Glazers is I don't think they're spending the money anywhere else in the football club, and they're not spending any money from outside the football club. They just spend money that this football club generates. They basically do the bare minimum. United is the sort of club that can spend 170 million in a window, and that is actually considered the minimum because of how much we generate and how big of the club is. But Ten Hag does have to perform with the players he's got in that squad, if you ask me. He's spent a lot. He's signed a lot of players. It is taking shape. It is a Ten Hag team now, more or less. There's still a few gash lingerers like McTominay and Maguire and players we'd like to move on and sign new players, but he has had some money to spend. He's got to perform. I wouldn't give him a new contract anytime soon anyway. Let's wait until the end of the year, but if they do give it him, it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. And he is doing a good job, by the way. He is doing a good job. But anyway... okay, so there's a potential contract maybe at some point being discussed, but I don't think it should be happening anytime soon. Let's talk about this then. So Ten Hag's talked about the protests. So obviously, shout out to Rushmano, by the way, and everybody that attended the protests after the game. Let's just talk about this before we move on to the transfer news. Let's talk about this because the protests obviously I think they were a success. I mean, I see a lot of people saying, the protest didn't have that many people there and, what a bad turnout. I actually disagree with that. I think you can't get everybody to turn up, especially some sort of casuals. People are always going to want to leave and get home and, maybe they've got long journeys ahead of them, etc., etc. You're talking about thousands of people stayed behind, thousands, not hundreds, but thousands, stayed behind to protest the ownership of this football club. People would say, you're spending your money on the Glazers and watching the games, and then you're protesting against it. Well, that's kind of what being a very faithful Manchester United supporter is. They love the club, they love the team, they want to support the team, but they hate the ownership. Those two things don't have to be interconnected. Do you know what I mean? They're protesting the ownership, they're protesting the shackles that they have on us, but they're still supporting the team. I mean, if that's not a proper fan, I don't know what is, to be honest. So I don't understand some of this, vitriol towards the fans that stayed behind and protesters, such as Rushmano, who you may have seen the clip on my channel earlier on. Rushmano took that video. Guy's an absolute legend. I think it was a good PR stunt to raise a bit of awareness, and I think it did go around social media and it did get a bunch of eyes on it, and it has further highlighted the issues of the Glazer shithouses, and to say that, hey, there's a big element of Manchester United's fan base that doesn't support the Glazer shithouses ownership. So to say stupid comments like this Cake Cadet comment here, it's just absolutely doesn't help anybody. I think the protest was moronic. Stop giving these twats your money. Okay, nice one, Cake Cadet, but as I just said, passionate fans care about their football club. They still want to be entertained by the club. They want to support the club. They love the team. They love the players. They love the history of the club and what it represents. They do not love our current regime of owners. And they are there vocally protesting against it to have their say. So I personally think, it's a bit, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, but what have you done today to protest it, mate? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just asking. What have you done today to protest it? Get in here and call them prats for doing a protest afterwards, for staying for an hour afterwards and protesting. If that's what you've done, then you're an op, mate. Do you know what I mean? Share it around. Get your thoughts and opinions in there. Look, I understand what you're saying. Cake Cadet says I protest with my wallet. That's only because there's nothing fucking in there, my son. You know what I mean? Everyone knows you're skint, lad. No, fair play, though. To be fair, I did see a video of Cake Cadet opening his wallet up once on stream, and it went like a little bit like this. And then, like, loads of fucking moths flew out of it, mate. And in there was a couple of doubloons. You know what I mean? No, fair play to you, though, Caking It. I'm only joking around. You're entitled to your opinion, just like everybody else is entitled to their opinion. But I think those people that stayed behind, I just want to say this to people like Rushy and everybody that did stay behind and protested. Fair play to you guys. Fair play to you guys. You know, giving up your time, giving up your energy to protest the Glazers' ownership for the club that you love and support on the week to week. I think it's absolutely amazing and deserves to be applauded. Let's just get some applauses in the live chat there, guys, for the post-match sit-in protest group. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the 1958, of course, for organising it. Because it's easy to say, oh, it's a waste of time. But actually, there's people talking about it all over the world now. And it's brought some good eyes on it. And it's just further extra little bit of fuel. Look, there wasn't the whole stadium full of people. But there were thousands of people there. And I think it's a fantastic thing that those people did. So respect it. I respect it big time. I don't think it's a waste of time at all. I think it's very good. It's certainly more than what a lot of us have done. Okay, anyway. So big respect there. But but the protest, look, Ten Hag's talked about it. And Ten Hag on the protest says what it's about is they are entitled to have that opinion. But you see, between the fans and the team, there's a very strong bond. Throughout my time here, it's got stronger and stronger. It's obviously a very, diplomatic answer from Erik Ten Hag. He's basically trying to unite the fan base with him and his team. And I don't think there's any factions of the fan base that have a problem with the players and Ten Hag at this moment in time. It's about the owners. Look, Ten Hag's keeping his distance from the owners as well. It's not, okay, he can't come out and outright say, yeah, the owners are shite. They've not backed us. They've been crap over the last 18 years. He'll get sacked off. Every Manchester United manager has to be somewhat of a yes man at the club. Otherwise, you get the Ralph Rangnick treatment and you get sent on your way. So, you know, he can't just come out and say what he wants to say. Maybe once they've gone, he'll say some more things about their ownership. But right now, he can't. You know, if anybody that wants him to come out and say, oh, yeah, the Glazers are shite, and come out wearing a green and gold shirt, doing the old Superman, and it says Glazers out underneath, it's not going to happen. He has to keep his head down and manage the team. That's what he's got to do. But, you know, obviously, he's just being very sort of diplomatic here with his response. By the way, guys, there's 250 legends in here right now. Shout out to all the legends in the live chat. Big up yourselves. Do us a massive favour right now. Hit that like button. Help us get to 250 likes on the stream. Drop a little like on it. It's free to like. We're nearly at 100. We haven't got to 100 yet, so let's have a little like spike. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. That helps the stream out. It's free, so drop a little like on it and it will boost us up the algorithm and maybe help us get a couple more eyeballs on the show. And also share us around. The link is pinned to the top of the chat there, guys, on Twitter. Repost it and we'll shout you out a bit later on. Much love, much love. Okay. That's awesome, Rushmana. The protest now being shown on Match of the Day. You see? That's it. You know, there's an old expression, guys. I think it was Bruce Lee that said it, possibly. I don't know. But if you drop a pebble into the lake, just a little pebble into a massive lake, you get ripples. And eventually, those ripples will cross the entire lake. I've always loved that expression there by Bruce Lee. And I think that applies to what we're saying right now. You know, these protests have highlighted the issues at hand in some way. And they have, you know, they have got out there and they have brought some extra eyes onto the whole situation. So I think it's a good thing anyway. Get in there. And if it's being shown on Match of the Day, you see, that's what I mean. The ripples crossing the entire lake there, my friend. Beautiful. Get in there. Let's get some hashtag Glazers outs in the live chat there, guys. Let's get some hashtag Glazers outs. Malp says, not the entire lake, the ripples fade away. How do you know, mate? How do you know? How do you know the size of the lake, mate? How do you know the size of the pebble I was chucking in there, mate? Even if you're a physician lad or a physics man, you know, you don't know the variables, mate. There's lots of variables here, yeah? When I say a large lake, I could have meant a pond, right? Could have meant a large pond, right? You don't know. You're just assuming, mate. Don't assume, you know, don't assume, bud. Okay. Right, anyway, guys, okay, let's crack on with what we're saying here. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. Right, so that's the United reaction after the Nottingham Forest game. Get in there, you beauties. Let's talk transfers. Let's talk latest dealings. Let's talk information that have come out since then, since this evening. Let's discuss the latest news, guys. So, Dean Henderson. See you later on, twat bag. He's going. Get in there, my son. Come on, let's go. Dean Henderson gone. Looks like it's happening, guys. Yes, indeed. Let me give you all the latest info we've got on Dean Henderson's departure of Manchester United. So, Fabrizio Romano reporting that Crystal Palace are closing in on a Dean Henderson deal from Manchester United. Medical tests have been booked. First call by Mike McGrath. Agreement being finalised today. Get in there, my son. Come on. And do you know what we're hearing as well? We're hearing that this isn't even a loan deal or anything gashtastic like that, but apparently this is a permanent transfer that could total around about £20 million, guys. That's what we're hearing. A permanent move at this moment. Okay, we've got to wait for confirmation of that, of course. There's always ways that this could be misreported, but let's hope that it's true. So this is the update here that suggests that it is a permanent transfer in the region of about 15 to 20 million. Laurie Whitwell is reporting that Dean Henderson's joining Crystal Palace for £15 million plus £5 million in add-ons with a sell-on percentage. Come on! With a sell-on percentage, 20 million? That's a good bit of business by Manchester United. You know, considering we've really struggled to get rid of this guy and he's a complete backup and a melter. I think it's a fantastic piece of business, that, guys. Guys, how do you rate that piece of business for Man United? He's on 130 grand a week, remember. That would be a backup that's just draining wages out of this football club if we didn't sell him. So to get 20, I think it's actually really, really good. Rate the transfer out of 10 if we manage to sell him for 20 million. Let us know your thoughts. 10 out of 10, says Simon Warner. It's up there. What's the bet? And we reject the bid? Surely not, Chris Koo. That'd be filth. 5 says Rashad. 10 says King Boomy. 6 says Rory. Yeah, a puddle pond with a fat pebble maybe works. Small pebble and great legs be like a small party sausage with prostitutes mile-wide gash. Bloody hell, Dale, you had to go there and lower the tone, didn't you there, mate? Listen, it's a great saying. It's a great saying. Okay, listen, if you drop a fucking meteorite into the ocean, all right? Whatever. I didn't specify the size of the pebble, mate. It's all subjective. It could be a boulder, but to a giant, it could be a pebble, okay? Just calm down. The point is, it's a true statement. If you drop a pebble in a fucking lake, mate, you get ripples. Now, those ripples only have a certain amount of kinetic energy in them or whatnot. They're only going to go so far. But they're still going to go very, very far in comparison to the pebble you dropped in it, mate. This isn't a physics lesson. This is a Manchester United news chat. Take Bruce Lee's saying and fucking accept it, all right? Okay? All right, anyway. 10 out of 10, says Aaron. I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. I think maybe we could have got a tiny little bit more money, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 like Lars as well. Getting shot for that price, extra 20 million, can sign a good player. Absolutely, yes. Thank you guys for having your say on that deal. But yeah, at the moment, it looks like Dean Henderson will be departing Manchester United and we can get £20 million for him. 15 million up front with 5 million down the line, and that's excellent. And we have some more info about the situation in the transfer as well, which says this. Sporting director of Crystal Palace, Dougie Freedman, is in the Old Trafford director's box this afternoon amid a deal being struck for Dean Henderson. So that was reported earlier on during the game that Dougie Freedman was actually at Old Trafford in the director's box trying to, you know, smooth over the deal essentially for Dean Henderson. Get in there. That's beautiful news. Chris Koo says a big enough splash and the ripples will reach. Sorry, I accidentally said nipples. Crikey. Freudian slip there. Chris Koo, a big enough splash, big enough gash and the nipples will reach. No. A big enough splash and the ripples will reach, mate. Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Chris Koo. I appreciate that, dude. Get in there, you legend. Ripples or nipples, who cares? Gash or splash, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is, both sayings work. Anyway, so Palace sporting director Dougie Freedman at Old Trafford earlier on to hopefully smooth over the Dean Henderson deal. That's brilliant news, guys. I love to hear it. And we have some quotes from Ten Hag. He was asked about the Henderson situation after the game, and he just gave us a little update on it, but obviously keeping his cards very close to his chest as he does. He said this. Oh, no, sorry, that's about the protest, actually. Hang on a second. Where's the information I've got about Ten Hag? It's talking about Henderson. Either way, all he had to say about the matter was that, you know, there is interest from it. Yeah, I've got the wrong thing up. But he just said there was interest from certain teams, but basically, you know, until he's gone, they don't have any news, and they'll give you the news when they've got the news. So Ten Hag was just batting away the question, but I do think that this situation looks like he will be going very soon. We've heard from good sources like Fabrizio, like there's a medical book now between Henderson and Palace, and we've heard also from Laurie Whitwell that there is a £20 million fee that's being bandied around at this moment in time. In total, that includes 5 million add-ons. So that's brilliant, I think, guys. If we can get rid of him, that's a really good player. That would pay for Sofyan Amrabat. Yeah, we might have to get another backup goalkeeper, such as Bayender, Vlachodimos, one of these guys, but it's chump change. The amount of money involved to get those guys is a lot less than Dean Henderson. So you're talking about getting a backup, putting a bit of money towards the Fred money that we recouped, and signing Sofyan Amrabat, which is what we need really for that midfield. So Henderson, potentially coming to United, get in there, my son. I mean, leaving United, get in there, my son. Let's talk about the left-back position. So the left-back position is a little bit up in the air at the moment because of injury problems. We are having somewhat of an injury crisis. I actually thought Diogo Dalot did pretty well today. I didn't think he had a bad game really overall. There was one or two moments early doors, but he made up for that. I think he actually had a decent game plan over at left back. But we need another left back. We do need another left back. It's apparent it's a problem area for us. Look, Luke Shaw probably throughout the season will have one or two pie-related muscle injury issues. That's going to happen. You know, he's too fond of a Frey Bentos, and he's got eyes bigger than his stomach, the guy. So what tends to happen is he doesn't just buy Frey Bentoses by the individual single tin. No, he buys them by the crate. And when he's transporting those crates around, when he's taking it to his car from the supermarket shelf, he has the possibility of injuring himself. And this is what's happened the other day. He's got a pie-related injury from a Frey Bentos crate, and that has caused him some issues. Now, that will happen once or twice throughout the year. You just have to kind of accept this, really, and move on. But no, in all seriousness, right, okay, we have injury issues. Malassia's out injured. Luke Shaw's out injured. If we get any serious injuries to those guys, there's a problem. Yes, okay, if Luke Shaw's injured and Malassia's fit, we've got options. But at the moment, we've only got Alvaro Fernandes, Diogo Dalot. It's not quite enough. So we're being I don't know, we're being perhaps a little bit clever now at the moment, trying to sign another player who it looks like it's going to be maybe Marc Cucarella, who's among the left backs that we're looking at right now. So let me give you the news on Cucarella. Hello, Tommy Boyle. Get in there, you legend. And Seth Backrow. Guys, if you're just getting in here, twat that like button on it. Remember to drop a thumbs up on the stream. It's free to do so. We've got 288 legends in the stream tonight. Get in there. Also, subscribe. You know, we're not that far away. Only 15 subscribers now from 73,500. We could do it tonight if you subscribe there. That's right, you, scratching your ball bag and your underpants there. Looking very suspect indeed. You. If you subscribe, we can get there. Hit the old subscribe, smash the like on it, and have your say. Get involved. Right. Let's discuss this then. So Cucarella, guys, is a target for Manchester United now on loan. And this is what Fabrizio Romano has said this evening, that Marc Cucarella is a target for United. And we've made contact with Chelsea to ask about the conditions of a Marc Cucarella deal on a potential loan. No bid or concrete talks yet. United are looking for a left-back opportunity, but not too expensive. There are 3 candidates in the list. No decisions made just yet. What I would say is, yeah, I mean, look, for the amount of money that we've got available, we want to be going to buy a midfielder. We don't want to necessarily waste our money on a left-back when we've already got a good few left-backs at the club. But because of injury concerns, it makes sense to bring in another left-back. If we can sign Cucarella on a loan deal, even a 6-month loan, that's going to help us out big time. He is a good player. I've always rated Marc Cucarella, to be honest. I think he is a good player, and he would be a good player to bring in on loan. If we're just talking about a small fee up front and paying his wages, we could certainly do a lot worse, and it gives us extra quality and depth. There's nothing wrong with having a bit of depth and more players to call upon. So I'll ask the live chat, guys. Smash a 1 in the chat if you would be up for seeing Marc Cucarella join United in a loan deal capacity, or smash a 2 if you think he's an absolute gash bag and there's no point signing him. Let us know. Smash a 1 for yes, 2 for no. United, thank you very much for getting in here with a super chat. It says Glazer's in or slab to start for the next 20 years. Oh, that's horrible, mate. Do you know what? You're an absolute filth merchant for asking such a question, mate. How dare you, mate? Just how very dare you, bro? I'm disgusted. Yellow card for you, mate. Don't put me on the spot like that. Yellow card for you, bud. You're going in the book. Honestly, 20 years. If you'd have said like 3 or 4 years, I'd have said start the slab and get rid of those fucking wankers. But 20 years, mate. That's filth. I'm not answering it. Okay. Lot of ones coming in here for loan deal. Yep. Lot of ones. Few twos coming in. People saying they don't want him. Quite a lot of twos actually don't want him. Ryan says no. United's going yes. I like him. I rate him. I think he's a decent option for a loan. Only a loan. I don't think we should be spending significant amounts of cash on the guy. But a loan deal. Danny says absolutely not. Sounds like typical United spending stupid money at the end of the transfer period. I don't think this is a stupid money sale or transfer, though. This is just we're talking about in a loan deal. That's what it really is. It's not a huge transfer, this one. It will just be a temporary loan. So I don't think we will be spending a shitload of cash at the end of the window on this guy. I think it will just be a loan. And remember, we've got Luke Shaw, who when he's fit is obviously the first choice left back. We've got Malacia, who's going to be the second choice left back and is young and is going to be, you know, having a role in this squad for many years to come. Cucarella would just be a short-term deal. I think for a loan, for the short term to cover injuries and give us a bit of depth, it's not a bad thing at all. You know, I want more players at United. We need more players. It's not the most important position for us to strengthen, but we need more players, and he's a player. So we should get him. Other than that, it's not just him that we're looking at. As Fabrizio said here down below in the tweet, there's 3 different candidates in the list. Well, we've got an understanding that the other candidate, one of the other candidates we could be looking at is Sergio Reguilon. He was great for Brighton, Travis. I thought he was fantastic for Brighton, Cucarella. Yeah, he was great for Brighton. Okay, so it's reported that United have looked at Sergio Reguilon as an option for left back. No thanks. Given the choice, I would absolutely prefer to have Cucarella, to be honest. What do you think, guys? Reguilon or Cucarella? But for me, I feel like Cucarella is better. Reguilon's one of those guys that we were linked with previously in the past. Do you remember? We were talking about signing that guy at one point a couple of years ago. And I'm kind of glad we didn't, to be fair. Glad we didn't in the end. He's not all that. He's not all that. So, you know, this is just, remember, people will be very disappointed about these links, about us being linked to certain players like Sergio Reguilon. But you have to remember, this is just a loan deal, short-term capacity to cover the Luke Shaw absence and maybe the Malacia absence, and to give us another senior player with experience who is, you know, who is injured when there's a player injured. That's what it's all about. So let's not take this deal for anything more than it is, which is just a little bit of depth and a little bit of extra added quality in the side. That's all it is. But I'd be happy to bring in Cucarella, Reguilon not so much. But look, I trust Erik ten Hag. Even I trust Erik ten Hag signing players like Mason Mount. If that's what he wants to do for his system, you've got to trust him. Let him shape the side in whichever way he wants. If he thinks that we may need to have cover in the form of a Cucarella or even a Reguilon, I'm up for it. You know, okay, it is not inspiring and it doesn't help us out in terms of the starting 11 going forward, but it could do for a few games, and that could be the difference to us having some extra points on the board come the end of the season. So I'm into it. I'm into it, guys. Right. So yeah, the left back spot. Then again, it's just not really that interesting of a position to discuss. It doesn't have too much of a bearing on our team. Let's face it, when Luke Shaw's back, he's going to be the guy. The position that does really strengthen our team, I think. Well, 2 positions, but the first one we'll discuss is obviously that midfield, guys. Sofyan Amrabat is still waiting for Manchester United. He's waiting for so long, he's actually started to grow hair again. You know what I mean? He was follically challenged. And a bald hero. Somewhat of a cake cadet lover, some may say. Somewhat of a cake cadet type of fellow with the baldness. But he's started to grow hair, that's how long he's been waiting, guys. He's actually grown follicles. And he's started to grow hair. So, you know, he's been waiting a heck of a long time, this man. We've got to wait and see if we can get this deal done. It's looking like we can, but maybe it is dependent on moving 1 or 2 players on. If we could sell Dean Henderson for 20 million quid, that should buy Sofyan Amrabat. It really should. Rory C, thanks for your super chat, mate. He says, how long is Shaw out for that we're looking at getting someone else in? Apparently about 4 or 5 weeks from what I've heard. So it depends. Obviously, it depends entirely how these players heal up. But I'm hearing Mason Mount anywhere between 2 and 6 weeks. And Luke Shaw's supposedly going to be out slightly longer than Mason Mount. So that would mean, you know, what, 3 to 7 weeks or whatnot? This is what we've heard. So Luke Shaw slightly longer than Mason Mount. Mason Mount anywhere between 2 and 6 weeks, depending on the severity of his injury. So, and also the healing time of these players. So, you know, that's a fair point, though. Thank you very much for your super chat there. I don't think he's going to be out ridiculously long, but a significant enough time that it would be good to have a bit of, you know, a bit of cover. Yeah, well, you know, you're always on about my receding hairline, mate. You know what I'm saying? Time for me to get my own back on your land. But Sergio Reguilón, apparently left-back option. We're not going to talk about the left-backs for now. Let's move on to the midfield. So the midfield position, obviously, it hasn't changed too much with what we're trying to do. It is Sofian Amrabat or bust, it seems, for us. There's one or two players like Gravenberch and all these guys still bandied around, but the Amrabat situation, as frustrating as it is, let's discuss it. Sofian Amrabat has not been called up for the Fiorentina game. Man United, as revealed earlier on today, Amrabat's no longer going to play or train with the first team at Fiorentina until his transfer situation gets resolved. Amrabat has been waiting for United since the end of June. Crikey. So he's waiting a heck of a long time, obviously, having that faith in Ten Hag and United that we're going to come knocking for him. I still expect us to do it. You know, I think the reason he's still there and hanging out and not playing for Fiorentina is just that United had to move somebody on to finance the deal because the Glazer shithouses are awful and haven't invested a maximum of what they should. They've just invested the minimum and they're not prepared to dip their hands in their pockets at all. They only want to spend money that the club generates and that the club can generate from selling players now. So once we've got rid of maybe Henderson, that's where we can pull the trigger on Sofian Amrabat. Fred's gone and Henderson's gone and Kovar's gone, and that pays for Amrabat, really. Now, in the ideal situation, we would sell McTominay. But guess what? That wanker picked up some sort of a knock today. I think he was okay. But I don't think anybody here really thinks we're going to be capable of getting rid of Scotty Colostomy Bag, McTominay this summer transfer window, are we? It's very unlikely. We had our fantastic offer from West Ham and we turned it down because we were too Billy Big Bollocks for the deal. In hindsight, it was a cracking offer from West Ham and we should have accepted it 100%. As it is, we're stuck with the Melter. You know, we're stuck with him. So he's probably not going anywhere. Yes, we can try and move Donny van der Beek on. If we can get rid of McTominay, that's brilliant. Then we can start spending some more money and signing more players and having good depth and getting who we need. But we should sign Sofian Amrabat regardless of being able to move Colostomy Bag off. You know, doesn't matter if he stays or goes. He shouldn't be getting near the first team. I mean, I like the fact that today you didn't see him until the latter part of the game. One thing I did note from Scott McTominay once he came on in the game, and you can disagree with me if you want, but I thought that he really didn't provide us anything whatsoever other than dash disappointment and piss poor passing. It just further highlighted why he's not the defender, or sorry, not the defensive midfielder or not the midfielder for Erik ten Hag. He can't pass the ball. He just gave it away and he just looked pretty cumbersome and guff out there. Now, I know he's not played a lot of football recently, but he's not the answer. He's an absolute gash bag. So McTominay, very bad when he came on the pitch today. Not the answer for us. Move him on. Sell him for what you can. We should have snapped West Ham's hand off for 30 million, but unfortunately we're greedy. And they've gone somewhere else. They got Ward-Prowse in the end for 30 million. He scored today, didn't he? So we got a couple of assists last time out. Scored again today. Why would they want Scott McTominay when they could get Ward-Prowse, who they have got, for 30 million? He's just a better, more influential player, I think. Not an amazing player, but better than Scott McTominay. Yeah, West Ham top of the league, Enigma Owl. He says West Ham have been quality. West Ham top of the league. I know. If they signed Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, they'd probably go back to being bloody mid-table or something. That's it. They're having a good start to the season. They've got good balance in their side right now. Yeah, they probably do want a bit more depth, but crikey, I don't think anybody's clambering over themselves to sign Scotty Colostomy Bag or Slabbo Easter Island Head Maguire. Surely not. We're stuck with those wankers, guys, unfortunately. Yeah, we turned down 30 million for McSauce Mounts. That's going to be the biggest loss of the summer for us. The fact that we could have had 30 million and signed a new player instead, we're stuck with Scott McTominay. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. But anyway, look, that's the deal with Amrabat. We are... There's nothing really advanced at the moment. We're expecting to go in for him. He's not playing for Fiorentina. He's waiting in the wings. He's still there. And Manchester United want him. And we're trying to finance the deal by getting rid of one or two players. Henderson's close to moving away, hopefully for 20 mil. That should finance the deal. Couple that with the Fred transfer fee that we got, and couple that with one or two other players leaving, i.e. Kovar, one or two others. We should be capable of buying in Sofian Amrabat, even if we can't sell McTominay. But we've got to do something. Hey, Enigma Owl, thank you very much indeed for gifting out the membership on the channel. Come on, get in there, my son. Let's go. Super member, Super Enigma Owl. Thank you very much there, bro, for gifting out a membership on the channel, man. It's very generous of you. Thank you so much for making somebody's dream come true there, lad, and for supporting the show. It's gone to Madhouse. It's a madhouse, or so they say. Who sung that song, guys? 3 points to the winner. Hey, nice one. Thank you very much there, by the way. Indeed, very much indeed there for making Madhouse a member. Shout out to the main man, Enigma Owl. Let's get some owls in the live chat. Hoo, 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 hoo. Thank you very much there, Enigma Owl. I appreciate that. Absolute legend. 60 million for both and then stuck with them. Yeah, West Ham top of the Prem. EDD should be a champ of the world. What a disgrace. We need replays in boxing. Oh, fair play to you, my son. Enigma Owl is a saint. Yeah, he's done well there. He's made you a member there, Madhouse. Village people sang that song. Nobody got it in the live chat. I'm very disappointed. It was on the old, I think it was on the Vice City soundtrack. That's where I know it from. You know, back in the day, the old GTA Vice City soundtrack. It's a madhouse, or so they say. I can't really remember any more of the lyrics, but it's a banger. Yes, indeed, it's Anthrax. Well done, John, Tracy, and Dale. You got it right, mate. You got it right. Something that the Glazer shithouses should have for breakfast, mate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You what? That's what I'm referring to. The replacements are not significantly better than those players, if better at all. Well, Amrabat's much better than Shotty McShotbag McColostomy Bag McTomedy, isn't he? And also Donny van der Bleek. Come on. Oh, it's the way I sang it. Oh, fair play then. Yeah, I am a gashtastic singer. Oh, goodness knows, Simon. It's a new rule. What's that all about, mate? Every game's going to be 100 minutes from these days on. Absolutely shocking. The 1st of September, Batman Night fan. The 1st of September. Okay then, peeps. Well, right. I'm going to just have a look at the updates that Matty Rushmano has sent us. Matty Rushmano, you still here, my friend? What has come out in the last hour since we've been doing this show? Interesting. So, we have another report here that says Man United have 4 names on the list for the left-back position. One's Mark Cucarella, and we've asked for potential conditions with Chelsea on the potential loan transfer of that guy. So that is another one. Matty Rushmano's just sent me something else as well. What a legend. Let's have a look at this from Rushmano. Okay, great stuff. This is about the protest as well. That's from, Philip de Bruin, Phil Brown from Malachians, that says that every single one of the fans who staged a sitting today have my utmost respect and gratitude. Those who criticise behind a keyboard who offer nothing and aren't willing to make a sacrifice. This doesn't concern you, nor does it have to make sense to you. However, be sure to thank a fan who makes the sacrifices you won't when they bring about the change that ends the Glazer occupation. Without them, it doesn't happen. Love that. I agree. That's basically what I said earlier, wasn't it? I agree. I mean, I think we've got to just praise all the people that stayed behind and protested. The thousands of people that did give up their time to make a point. Big respect to the protesters. Once again, get some green and gold and some hashtag Glazers out in the live chat. Love that, Rushmano. Big love, Mr. Rushmano. Right, okay, so I'm going to just have a rundown of what we've discussed in this video, guys, and then tell you the news once again for anybody who's just getting in here. Then I'm going to get into the retweeters and shout out everyone that's given us a repost. Link is pinned to the top of the live chat, and then we'll have a Q&A for 5-10 minutes or so. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, and get yourself in there raw. Very quickly then, quick rundown of what we've discussed. So, Ten Hag sets a new record for himself, a personal record of 31 home games undefeated. Beats his previous record that he had with Utrecht and Ajax. He's done it at United. Get in there, my son. Absolutely lovely stuff. This guy's made Old Trafford a fortress. Ten Hag's praised Bruno Fernandes. It was a fantastic leader's performance by Bruno today, dragging the team back into it. Great performance by him, and he's praised him, saying that Bruno Fernandes showed why he's the captain, an inspiration, an example. And he also went on to say, in regards to his performance, that it was basically all-encompassing. He said that in all aspects, moments of football, he played a very good game, the highest level, keeping calm, emotions under control. He was brilliant in attacking, making the difference. So very happy with his performance. Get in there, the Portuguese Magnifico. Absolutely lovely display from the guy. Also, Bruno Fernandes stats for the game make very nice reading. Here is his numbers versus Nottingham Forest. 101 touches, 53 of 68 passes completed, 6 of 8 long balls completed, 5 ground duels won, 3 key passes, 2 out of 2 tackles won, 2 big chances created, 1 goal, 1 assist. Get in there, Bruno, you beast. Love it. Also, some fresh reports that maybe Ten Hag might be due a new contract before the end of 2023. I think we should wait until the end of the season. If he has a good season, by all means, give him a new contract. But at this moment, I'm not so sure if I agree with the sentiment of giving him a contract just yet. Let's see how his position is at the end of the year. I think that's fair to say. Also, Ten Hag, just talking about the protest briefly. keeping his cards close to his chest, just trying to build the unity between the team and the fans. He doesn't want this. He doesn't want to divide. He wants Manchester to be united in that sense. It's about he says they're about what it's about is they're entitled to have that opinion, but you see between the fans and the team there's a very strong bond. Throughout my time here, it's got stronger and stronger. So he's just trying to build that camaraderie with the team, and we don't have anything against the team or Ten Hag. It's about the owners being absolute scum. So Ten Hag not going to get drawn on talking about the Glazer out situation too much because, you know, they're paying his wages, aren't they? It would be stupid to do that until they're gone. Maybe once they're gone, he'll come out and talk about how gash-tastic they are. Right, okay, so that's the big transfer news updates of the evening. Henderson, get in there, my son. Looking like we're going to sell the twat. Come on, get in there, Chrissy Jaces. We want Glazers out. Let's go, my son. Yes, indeed. Luan France, get in there with your Glazers outs. Legends. Yeah, Crystal Palace closing in on Dean Henderson deal from Man United as medical tests have been booked. Get in there, my son. First called by Mike McGrath. Agreement being finalised today. Come on. There's also reports that Dougie Freedman was at Old Trafford in the director's box today to smooth over the transfer and, you know, strike a deal essentially. So that's great news. This is reported by Simon Peach earlier this afternoon that Dougie Freedman was at Old Trafford to oversee this Henderson transfer essentially and to smooth it over. Ten Hag was asked about it and just said that he can't really talk too much about it at the moment, but he'll let us know when there's news. And then also we've got a report here from Laurie Whitwell, which suggests that we could be receiving £20 million for Dean Henderson, which is a good chunk of change for the guy, which could be paid for largely a large amount of Sofian Amrabat or someone like that. So Henderson's joining Palace for apparently 15 million up front plus 5 million in add-ons with a sell-on percentage as well. So I think that's good business for United to get rid of this guy. He is a homegrown signing. I think that's a reasonable amount of cash. We can't expect to get more than that when he's on 130 grand a week. That's the big problem there. So if we get 20 million in total, decent bit of business, which everybody should be satisfied with, really. Excellent. And then we are looking at a new left back. So Sergio Reguilon is being touted as a possible player for the short term for us to help us out with this injury issue right now. And then also Cucarella. Cucarella is probably more realistic. He's on the list of left backs that we're looking at right now, maybe to bring in on a loan deal short term capacity. So exclusive from Fab here. Manchester United have made contact with Chelsea to ask about the conditions of Marc Cucarella deal on a potential loan. No bid or concrete talks yet, but United are looking for a left-back opportunity, but not too expensive. There are 3 candidates in the list, no decision made yet. So that's big news as well. We could be looking at a short-term deal for a lone left-back. There's a couple of options on the table. Great stuff. And then also the Amrabat situation is just more or less the same, which is that he's not been called up for a game for Fiorentina. He is just training away from the squad. And it's understood that United in the next 5 days will be trying to get a deal wrapped up for him. So he's not been called up for Fiorentina. He's not playing for them. He's obviously had his head turned. He's not got his focus on Fiorentina. He wants a move and he's waiting for Manchester United. That is it. Yeah, we did sell Tellers Kate Cadet, but Tellers was gash lad. But yeah, in hindsight, you know, could have done worse. We only got a few million for him as well, didn't we? Pretty silly. But anyway, hey, right, that's basically the latest transfer news and updates, guys. Nothing too major. Maybe a left-back loan. Still working on Amrabat. Henderson on his way out, finally, it looks like. Should hopefully be more concrete information on that tomorrow. I'm going to get into the live chat now for a cheeky little update with you, or cheeky chat with you legends. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can chat. I'm going to pop over to Twitter real quick and check out everyone who's reposted the show. We've got 19 reposts. Thank you so much to all of you legends for retweeting the show. Let me shout you all out. Anthony Ong, thank you, Anthony. Guyam Legend, get in there, you legend. And then 17 reposts as well on the twits or the x.com, whatever you want to call it. Aaron Homeyard, Sanjay Ramatar, transfers_UTD, Vusi, Stephen Braun, Vincent Bullock, Jason Jackson, Duncan Belifo, Boomy, Michael Paul, Luan France again, Chomboy Cat, Mr. Sims, Mark, Tommy Boyle 71, and Mike C. Thank you, all you legends, by the way. Is that live retweets thing working, guys? It doesn't seem to be, does it? That's cash. See, that's supposed to be working, guys, and it's not. Not sure why. Let me go and check that out real quick and just refresh it, see what happens when I refresh it. But yeah, thank you, everyone who's done that. It does help us spread the word of the show. In fact, Terry Hoskins also has retweeted us. Big love, Terry. Thanks very much for retweeting the show, lad. That's much appreciated. That is really much appreciated. Thank you very much. So let me just try and update this, see what happens. Because that bottom corner thing there is supposed to have All of the retweeters coming through on the screen, but it's not working, is it? Let's get into the chat. I'm going to just read out a bunch of comments now for a few minutes, see what you legends are saying. Thanks, everyone, for getting in here raw. Appreciate it. Why isn't Ten Hag playing the young lad that was on loan last season at Preston? Need to give the kids a go. Fair one. I mean, I think Ten Hag, as much as we've talked about, his willingness to give youngsters the opportunity, I think he prefers more experienced players. Based on last season, he could have played Garnacho more, could have played Pulisic more. Even this season, could have played Pulisic more based on form, but he doesn't. So I don't know. I think he's maybe not the all-encompassing manager who's going to bring youth through. I think he prefers his experienced players, in all honesty. But yeah, he should do that, shouldn't he? He should give some more chances to Garnacho and Pulisic. They were crying to be brought on that game today as well. They didn't. Oh, fair play to you, Bo691 says, I didn't retweet you on X because I have no mates. Well, fair enough then. But you've got mates here, lad. We've got mates here. Keith Lemon says, Man United got so lucky today, but De Gea is defo better keeper than Onana. Big mistake. I don't know, Keith Lemon. I think Onana's obviously a very different keeper. Very different keeper to David De Gea. They're totally different. David De Gea is the best shot stopper around, in my opinion. But in every other aspect, Onana's probably better. He's better claiming balls from crosses. He's better maybe commanding his team. Organisationally, I think he's better. He's also better with the ball at his feet, and his distribution is better. So they're very, very different keepers. You have to trust Erik ten Hag with the keeper that he's got to play the style of football that he wants to play. I don't think it was the most important position in the team to strengthen. But Ten Hag did, and that's what he's done. And it could transform the way that we play. It's supposed to be a transformative signing. So give him a break. He's played 3 games. I think he's done largely well. Andre Onana. I've got no problem with Andre Onana's performance just right now. Ryan says, De Gea 400k a week, Onana 150k a week, 250k in the Glazer's pockets. A fair play to you, Ryan. Yeah, there you go as well. Although that kind of doesn't really make sense, Ryan, when you factor in that De Gea would have signed and we'd have paid him a few $100,000 a week and no transfer fee up front, maybe a small signing on bonus, but we paid 50 mil for Andre Onana. So it doesn't really add up, Matt. I know what you're saying, but it doesn't really work like that. In fact, we've paid a lot more money for the Andre Onana deal. Onana's only played 3 Prem matches. Yeah, exactly. Give him some slack. I think he's been good. Has anyone seen Zayn Mayonnaise? No, he's hiding under a rock right now, bud. Bell says, yeah, on Twitter, like it's not a platform I take to. Usyk cheated pig, went down for 4 minutes. No way was it low. Really? I'm going to have to watch this afterwards, mate. Are you for real? He cheated, did he? What? Please don't get that sideshow melt Cucarella. He shikes the stoic savage. No, Zayn's hiding. Zayn's in hiding. He's hiding United 90. De Gea left free deal. Glazers don't get much money. Yeah, no, they didn't get anything for De Gea, but they could have signed him up to a deal on the cheap compared to the Onana deal where they have to pay him a wage and the big fat fee up front as well. You know the video where Anthony Skin Cucarella, if Anthony owns him, he must be gashed, says King Boomy. I mean, anybody can get done in one little moment of a game, in one clip, but it's a fair point. Look, Cucarella is not going to come in and be the starter for Manchester United when everyone's fit. But when everybody's not fit, he could give us some good depth, and he is a good player. I do actually rate him. Like when he was at Brighton, he was excellent. May as well recall Williams. Fair one. I mean, fair one. We've got rid of Tellez for a few mil. We let Brandon Williams go. It's interesting. Saw Zayn in his tutu in Soho. Oh, really, Bell? Down for half an hour? Well, how is that not stopped then? You know what I mean? Is he what? He said it was a low blow. Any updates on Manu? The guy was a beast on pre-season. He's still injured, mate. Should hopefully be back in about a month, lad. About a month. Ronaldo, 500k a week. Hoyland, 130. 370k in Glazer's pockets. This money-saving exercise is consistent. Again, Ronaldo left for nothing. And Hoyland, we paid £72 million for. So your finances there is like finances for the criminally deranged, Ryan. I know what you're trying to get at, but it doesn't add up like that, mate. They could have just kept Ronaldo, and he would have ended up costing a heck of a lot less than Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund might be on a lot less per week, but he costs 72 million up front, mate. You do realise that, right? So it's not actually money in their pocket. They've actually spent out to go and get Højlund, right? So it's not what you're saying. Honestly, it's not what you're saying. Still have Ahmad to come back also, says Matthew Smith. Refusals, low blow. Wait till you see it nowhere near low. Oh, man, that's terrible. Hey, no worries, LeBron James. Wouldn't let you on the court. I'd be throwing punches at you. Like my name is Roy Keane. I wouldn't let you on the court. Back in 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, no, he didn't come on today, barely. He's not going to be expected to be out at some point soon. Wages are more detrimental to a club than transfer fee. Why did Barcelona get crippled? Wages. Well, it's a combination of the two. I mean, who says that wages are more detrimental to a club than a transfer fee? That's bizarre. Wages are over a 4-year period or a 5-year period or however long the contract is. You know, when you have to pay 72 mil up front, that's a right hit in the bollocks. You know what I mean? So I disagree with that as well, Ryan, lad. I don't understand. Thoughts about doing a player rating, says United. I'm not doing that right now, mate. Bruno's man of the match, though. No, I'm actually got a real bad cold here tonight, guys. I'm paracetamoled up. I'm starting to feel rough. So I'm only going to read a couple more comments out. Then I'm going to have to wrap this puppy up. But it's been a great stream tonight, though. Thanks, everyone who's got in here. How many likes are we on, guys? We've got to get to 200 likes. Keep smashing the thumbs ups if you haven't. It's free. 163. You what? I'm fucking leaving. I'm joking. Hit the likes on it. Smash the subscribe. Get in there raw. It's X now. It's formerly Twitter, Rajat. We lost a crap load with Sanchez, Pogba, Cavani. It goes on and on. Yeah, big time. Absolutely. Pig, if we were to be linked to Alphonso Davies, would you want us to sign him? Yeah, definitely. I think he's a great player. He would be an excellent acquisition, but very unrealistic, though. But yeah, he would be excellent. Get in there, my son. Yes, indeed. You don't know what FFP is anymore. Can't even describe it. It just doesn't apply to a lot of clubs, does it? It applies to some. Chelsea can spend 800 million on transfer fees without any issue with FFP. If they mess up with the wages, they'll be screwed, says Ryan. Okay, but, you know, again, it's all factored in. It's about your spending in general. It's not just, wages and fees and things like that. You can spread it over a time. And if you were to do an installment deal for the amount of money, that would be the same. Like if you spread 80 million over 8 years, it's 10 million a year. But nobody wants a deal like that. So, you know, like that's how you can get around FFP, is by having a contract over 8 years. But in terms of the amount of money you have to spend up front, it's still a massive whack that you're going to have to pay out that factored into FFP. Big up United 90, what's going on? Vincent says, I think it's because your top hair is looking ginger tonight and scaring them away from the likes. Hit the like button, please, if you think Pig's head looks very ginger tonight. That's wishful thinking from you there, that is, Vincent Bullock, mate. You and your ginger fetish, lad. I'm not ginger at all, mate. What are you talking about? Don't be smashing a 1 in the chat because I'm not ginger. Did the fans protest after the match? Yes, it did indeed, Grimcaster. So what I'll do is I'll just, in fact, if anybody's not seen it, I'll just pop a link in the chat to a video that was on my channel earlier. Shout out to Rush Mano for giving us the latest. Big love to Rush Mano, absolute legend, who sent us the footage. He was at the protest, and he's taken the video and he's given us the footage. So I'll just pop that in the chat. Anybody who wants to see the protest footage going on here, here it is. Protest footage. Boom. There it is right there, guys. Nice one. Okay, so you can check that out. That's the protest footage. If you want to check it out, guys, it's there. Go over there, smash a like on it, smash a comment on it, and all that. What we're going to do, folks, is I am going to run a competition here now. This is what we do. We're running a competition for my other video. Don't worry if you've already commented. All you have to do, giveaway for a t-shirt. We'll draw it tomorrow night. Go over to this match reaction. Comment on this video between now and midnight. So you've got 39 minutes. Comment, giveaway, comment on this video. Doesn't matter if you've already commented, just comment again. And as long as it's within the next 39 minutes, you will be entered into the giveaway. So I'm going to just put that in the chat. There it is right there. Go over there, watch the old match reaction, smash a like on it, smash a comment on it. And you will be entered into a t-shirt giveaway. That is the plan. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this stream now. I'm pretty tired. So, just feeling rough. I'm not very well tonight, so I'm just melting. I'm going to wrap this up now, guys, but I will be back on tomorrow with the latest transfer news and goings on as we go into the last few days of the transfer window being open. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so, and all that sort of stuff. Don't know about the hair, but after the second Forest goal today, your face was certainly a deep shade of red, Pig. Was it really? Oh, bloody hell, mate. Got to watch myself, don't I? Man United get me a little bit too het up, mate. Het up. But yeah, thanks everyone for getting in. Remember, we're doing a giveaway. All you have to do is comment over there on this link. It's in the live chat. It's pinned to the top. Go over there. Comment between now and midnight. And at midnight, I'll go over there and I will screenshot everyone who's entered and we'll do a giveaway tomorrow. Thank you, Kate Cadet. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, Ryan, for entering and everybody else as well. Much love. Stay classy. That's it from me, guys. God bless you all. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. All the links are in the live chat. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. Big up yourselves. Big up everyone in this community who's gotten here this Saturday night. Have a great rest of your evening, guys, and we will be back tomorrow with the latest news. Yes, indeed. Drop a like before you go. Subscribe. Click the bell icon for notifications and get yourself in there raw. No, I do not, Ryan, but I might do at some point. So, yes, make sure you follow us over there if you're on there. But thanks, everyone. That's it from me. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. And remember, Wednesday Seagulls. follow the trawler. As this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.